Hey y'all, it is time for Meghan Gets Booked, where we check out books from local authors in E&C to New York Times bestsellers and everything in between. Joining us today is author of Straw Bale Gardens Complete, Joel Karsten. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Megan. I appreciate it.
This book is so fun. So it's a unique technique for a new way of growing fresh veggies in basically any type of soil. So how did you come up with this?
You know, a long time ago, I tried gardening in a new house I just bought, and I only had about an inch of topsoil, and it wasn't very successful. I didn't have money because I was just graduated college and just built a house. I didn't have money to build raised beds. But I grew up on a farm, and I knew that if you decompose straw, it turns into soil. So I tried some straw bales, planted tomatoes and peppers, and that was 31 years ago. And now I've spread it all over the world to 60 countries. So.
You know, we mentioned veggies, you can grow mushrooms. You know, what else can you grow in straw bales? Because what are the conditions that, you know, kind of make it fantastic for growing?
Well, there's a lot of advantages to this method. You know, it's raised up off the ground, which is a big one for a lot of people that can't bend over all the way. But it also, the inside of the bale becomes soil. So that's a little bit of a misnomer. By the time we plant, perennials, bulbs, any vegetables, flowers do well in the bales as well. So we spend a couple of weeks doing what we call conditioning, which is really composting inside the bales, and it becomes beautiful planting soil inside. So it's a really inexpensive way to do raised bed gardening. Holds moisture really well. If you're in a drier climate, that's wonderful. So there's just so many advantages to using this method over struggling with traditional soil, especially if you have bad soil.
Is there a way to make it aesthetically pleasing so it doesn't just look like you just have a straw bale like in your backyard or anything like that? Can you make it look kind of sophisticated?
You really can. There's great containers made out of wood that are exactly the size of a straw bale, so you can put it in that. There's also a great technique that I tell people is to plant in the sides of the bales, and you just put some flowers in there, some, you know, marigolds or impatiens or petunias or whatever, and the sides of the bales will grow like a skirt of color all around the bales, and it looks great. They do sell these little plastic picket fences that are real short, and they are exactly the height of a straw bale, so you could buy those at the home center and put those in around the bales, and it makes it look like a little kitchen garden.
Can you do straw bale gardening year-round? And when do you know when to switch out the bale?
Sure, yeah, you can garden year-round if you're in a climate that allows that, absolutely. Usually we get 2 seasons out of a bale. If you're gardening year-round, you're probably going to get 1 solid full year out of that bale. The second year, up north here, we only use them in the spring and summer, of course, and then we harvest, and we can use that again another year, another spring and summer. Sometimes you got to kind of squish the bale together and put some chicken wire around it to hold it together, because the strings, it'll slump a little bit, and the strings are kind of loose at that point. But it does work for 2 years. And at the end of that process, Megan, you can take what remains, this compost, put it in your containers, and grow flowers out on your patio. So it's like making your own bags of Miracle-Gro out of decomposed straw. It's really beautiful.
Joel, thank you so much for telling us all about straw bale gardening. I might even, you know, start this because you make it sound so simple and easy. And if people want to know more information and they want to purchase your book to start their own, where can they go?
They can always go to Amazon, or they can come over to our website at strawbalegardens.com or strawbalegardenclub.com. We have 2 websites that cater to 2 different audiences.
Joel, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Megan. I appreciate it. I hope you guys in North Carolina have success with straw bale gardening.
Thank you. And y'all, make sure to come back to Meghan Gets Booked on Hello E&C every week to discover a new page to turn.